This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update, episode 805, Colossal Tooltips. Enjoy. On to general patch notes now. Graphics and engine improvements.
Yeah, not necessarily an improvement for everyone.
Yeah, and I'll just read the patch note, then I'll tell you my story about this. Added multi-threaded rendering, providing a significant performance boost on CPU bottleneck systems. It's currently supported on Windows only, excluding compatibility mode, Intel HD 3000 graphics or below, and AMD graphic drivers released before the year 2020. And, you know, I was using the Mac client this week, and the Mac client has never been performing better than it has been this week.
Yeah, I didn't really have, like I said, I had the problems with the flickering of some of the icons.
Didn't you have NVIDIA?
Yeah, NVIDIA. That seemed to have been frame rate related, because it went away if I dropped my frame rate. These patch notes were not in the patch notes when I read them on Monday. They added them afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And there's been a whole thread following this on the subreddit, curated by Mod Porky. I would have preferred...
Bless him.
Yeah. Anyone who sticks their head out there and goes on that subreddit, you know? Very brave. Very brave. You know, I should check if there's an actual mirror of this on the official forums, because I feel like there should be. But the whole discussion behind this is that it has been an exercise in trying to figure out what exactly was going on. You know, disabling some features like depth of field, ambient occlusion, bloom, shadows, anti-aliasing, and setting water to low apparently helped some people in terms of resolving these issues.
That sounds like memory issues, right?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know how the game engine works. And
no, me neither. Like I can only speculate, and my graphics programming knowledge is, I know the basics, but that's about it. So, you know, when we enter this territory of weird crashes, no idea.
Yeah, and you know, just to give an idea, I've been looking since we started talking on this, and I can't really see anything on the forums that would be resolving this. So I think it's safe to say why everybody went to the subreddit on this. I just wish there was a place to go to see this kind of thing that wasn't the subreddit.
I mean, they linked to the subreddit on Twitter.
Yeah, but I still wish there was a place to go to see this that wasn't the subreddit.
Yeah, I think, you know, a lot of people are complaining again, and, you know, I'm pretty sure the QA team is getting a lot of shit over this, and,
yeah.
You know, I'm not going to say you're entirely wrong, but, you know, these things happen. Like, writing a game engine is hard. There are, like, a million different types of PCs out there. Making a game engine work on all of them is even harder. So, you know, these things happen. The thing that I find problematic is the fact that they apparently were completely taken by surprise by this, right? Because the communication isn't the strongest. Like, I feel like if Discord goes down, you know where you can look to see what's going on, right? And there's very clear communication on, like, what is it, discordstatus.com or status.discord.com, they might both work. That's sort of missing for RuneScape, right? Like, as far as I'm aware, there's not a status.runescape.com.
Yeah, you need a status page or a heartbeat page that will show any major system snafus or any kind of outages or bugs that are going on.
Exactly. So first of all, that sounds like, you know, they need a central portal of that. And I think the subreddit, you know, it kind of works, but it's not necessarily official, right?
Yeah, it's not necessarily the best.
It doesn't feel official. But the second thing that bothers me a lot is that it's now Thursday when we're recording it, and it's still not fixed, right? Like,
yeah, let me
there
read
are still people who can't log into the game.
Yeah. They put out a warm fix on the Thursday at 16:02 game time. It's currently, just past almost 10 p.m.?
Yeah. Well, almost 10 p.m., yes.
Yeah, and the warm fix, they say, has seen a significant reduction in crashes, UI rendering issues, and performance drops, but it's not fixed yet because the majority of issues on Intel GPUs are resolved, as well as performance issues on AMD GPUs, but there are some crashes remaining on AMD GPUs. They are going to continue working on this and hope to have it resolved by Monday's game update.
But that's kind of bad, right? Like, if there's an entire week where you can't play a game.
Yeah.
To me, when you make a change like, added multi-threaded rendering system, sounds like a pretty large change, and, you need to account for the fact that might go wrong. And you need to have a strategy out of there. Like, in a way, I'm thinking, as soon as they found out on Monday that all these people's games are broken, and like some people could play the game but had like ridiculously low FPS, right? Which is still really bad. Like, if that happens at my job, we roll back, right? We just say, sod it. Things are broken. That's just not acceptable. We'll roll back to the previous version that we know works, and then we'll look at the fix. Because you can't just, break people's products that they pay for.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not an acceptable level of service.
Right. And I think the question has to be asked is if there was going to be a rollback on this update, if this was at all possible, would it have been possible just to roll back this section of the patch notes and keep the combat fixes in? Or would it be a one bulk thing?
Yeah, and I hear you there, and I definitely think that from the fact that they haven't done a rollback yet, we can make a pretty confident conclusion that rolling back is very, very hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because you got to start at that point thinking of player save states and whatnot.
Exactly. So, fair enough. I get it. Rollbacks can be hard. We do a lot of work at in my day-to-day job. We do a lot of work specifically to allow for rollbacks, and it's extra work on everything we do. So sure, I accept it's not always possible, but I hope this gets fixed soon. That first of all, and I think we should not all be angry about it because that's not going to help anyone.
Yeah, not grab the pitchforks.
But I also think that we should hope and maybe ask Jagex to, tell us after this is all done and over and had some time to think it over, what are they going to do to prevent this from happening again? Yeah, because that's really, I think, what should happen here, right? Like, we can't really do anything about the current situation, but except for waiting for a fix.
I think the last time we had something this big was the Sigil update, where they once again changed something very low level.
Yeah.
They also early Thursday put out a warm fix that fixed the texture crashing on Intel, improved threaded performance on AMD's, fixed inventory icons which appeared solid black on Intel, fixed the world appearing black or dark for an extended time after logging in on Intel, fixed texture corruption, especially visible during the login screen on Intel GPUs, fixed missing textures on Intel GPUs, and fixed UI flickering on old Intel GPUs.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's interesting. It really is. And you're right. I think the best thing we can hope for on this is an explanation to some degree of what happened, and also an explanation on what's going to be done to prevent this from happening again. or potential changes that are going to be made.
Yeah, I think that's the most important part, right? And that's the sort of level of accountability involved there. And I think it's super important that, I don't want to say that we demand that, but, I think it's the least you can do to your customers.
I agree. You can find full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe, or leave a comment.